Oke, tes tes tes. Welcome back again di channel Billy Rit ya. Jam 2:07 nih. Madrid kebiasaan emang. Mainnya menjelang subuh mulu ya guys.
Las Palmas is our venue. The reigning champions are in town, and Terry Gibson joins us for tonight's game. Terry, a very good evening to you. Here we are for the new season. Las Palmas stayed up last season, but new manager. Tough start for them and a very tough night tonight, you'd think.
Oh, very much so. And I mean, it's one of those games where Las Palmas are not regular participants in La Liga. So to have Real Madrid at home so early in the season is a real treat for the fans. They're amongst the first to see Kylian Mbappe wearing Real Madrid colours. It's one of the big games of the season for any of the teams in La Liga when Real Madrid come to visit. And of course for Las Palmas, that losing run last season and the 2 games so far this season, some new players in amongst them, a full house. The atmosphere will be incredible, and they'll be determined to try and show that they can at least compete with Real Madrid, which is going to be incredibly difficult.
Yeah, Real Madrid themselves have made an okay start to the season. 4 points so far. They were held on opening day, of course, at Mallorca. Then grabbed a win over Valladolid at the weekend. Had to leave it a little bit late to secure the points, but they are ready for tonight. Kylian Mbappe in the starting lineup again and hoping to get himself up and running. And looking very relaxed. He's still here to enjoy himself, and Terry, no concern surely at the fact he hasn't scored yet.
No, he'll be slightly irritated because he scored against Atalanta in the European Super Cup and 2 La Liga games where he hasn't scored. Real Madrid have drawn one of those games against Mallorca, so they could have done with a decisive goal there, but they did win against Valladolid. He'll just be like any striker. It doesn't matter who you are, whether you're Oli McBurney, whether you're Kylian Mbappe. When you join a new club, you want to get up and running, you want to be scoring goals pretty quickly, preferably on your debut. If that doesn't happen, you want to have an impact. There's no major long-term concern, surely, about the form and the class of Kylian Mbappe. 2 games, people are saying it's a crisis, he hasn't scored. Absolutely ludicrous.
Well, it is the storyline today that the free summer transfer arrival, new striker up front for his team. Will Oli McBurney score his first goal for Las Palmas today?
Yep.
Being a little bit facetious there, but yeah,
he's lively. He's led the line well for them. He's aggressive. I'm looking forward to the match-up tonight with him and not Militao and Rudiger, but I think Rudiger and Oli McBurney. That's going to be colourful, I think, and I think that McBurney...
2 players who don't back
McKenna,
down.
What a joy to be leaving the clubs they left, to leave the Premier League, to come and play in La Liga, and this is one of the reasons why here tonight they're facing up against the superstars of Real Madrid.
There we see McKenna there walking past the camera as the players head out onto the field. What a challenge for McKenna to be going up against Mbappe and Vinny Jr., 2 of the best attackers in the world, if not the best 2, and joining them in the front line today is Brahim Diaz. We'll look at the full starting lineup shortly, but one notable name in it is Brahim getting his reward for a strong appearance off the bench against Valladolid, an assist, a goal, rewarded with a place in the starting lineup.
And I think also the strong performance we saw from him for the whole of last season. And I think it's right that Ancelotti looks at him as a possible contender for the strongest starting lineup for Real Madrid. Now, he can play on the right, not too many others like to play on the right. He can play down the middle. He's a super player, and he's been a pleasant surprise for Ancelotti, who admitted that last season. He was pleasantly surprised how good Brahim Diaz was, so this is his reward. It's going to be tough for him to get in the strongest 11, but it's not impossible. He's such a fantastic player.
Yeah, 20 goal contributions for him last season in all competitions, 12 goals, 8 assists, 2 in it for him so far in La Liga, more than any other Real Madrid forward. As we look at the Las Palmas team that will be trying to give the home fans plenty to cheer today. Jasper Cillessen, the new goalkeeper, keeps his place. One interesting change is in the back line, where it seems as though Mika Marmol has been moved out to left back, with Alex Munoz left on the bench to accommodate an extra midfielder, Jose Campaña, which means there's a real ball-playing quality in midfield, with Campaña joining Kylian Rodriguez, who is such a strong player on the ball as well, and Javi Munoz, the other one in that midfield trio. It's a very good, as I say, ball-playing midfield for Las Palmas.
Yep, I am slightly concerned that Marvin Park, who preferably likes to play as a winger, is playing right back.
It seems.
That's what it seems, so that's going to be a big ask for him.
Now here is the Real Madrid lineup. 4 changes to the team that beat Valladolid. The starting 11, that is. 2 of them at full-back, Ferland Mendy and Lucas Vázquez come in for their team tonight, as does Luka Modric in midfield, his first start in La Liga. And as mentioned, Brahim Diaz, he is the 4th start. And that battle in midfield is going to be important, isn't it? If Las Palmas are going to win this game, they're going to have to win the midfield battle to control the tempo and the rhythm.
Yep, an extra man in there, that they're going to need that. But I expect to see Modric right from the very start being the player that goes down, closes people down, sets the tempo for Real Madrid to make sure that they're not complacent in any way, shape or form. Fantastic leader.
We are going to have a minute's silence before the game, and that will be in honour of former Las Palmas coach Francisco Garcia Gomez. So a former Las Palmas.
Mallorca did it. Mallorca were outplayed in the first half, but stayed in the game at only 1-0 down. Got an equaliser in the second half from an attacking set piece. All those basic fundamentals that you need from an underdog team, Las Palmas are going to need. They're going to need to play as best as they possibly can. Hope Real Madrid don't, and hope for the best. It should be an interesting encounter.
Absolutely, and it is underway. Real Madrid with the first possession from kick-off, and in the back line, Eder Militao and Antonio Rudiger. Carlo Ancelotti delighted to have Militao back after missing nearly all of last season, but we saw how important he is in Ancelotti's eyes, the way he very quickly elevated him into the starting lineup for the end of last season. And now he's under a little bit of pressure. Lays it back to Thibaut Courtois, not the best of passes, as Alberto Melero closes down, but it was...
Ya, salah passing itu.
Courtois not so well dealt with.
Siapa tadi salah passing?
And the throw-in taken quickly, showing Las Palmas have intent here to get on with the game and try and take the game to Real Madrid. Throw in towards McBurney. Militao with the back header, and Courtois will be able to claim that. And it's Vini Junior.
Vini.
Challenged by Sandro.
Oke, Mbappe pelanggaran jelas lah.
Taken off by Alex Suarez. Let's just go down pitch side for the first time to Matt Cannon. He is inside the Estadio de Gran Canaria for us. Good evening, Matt, and obviously always special when Real Madrid come to town. I'm sure there's a special atmosphere on the island today.
Good evening, Andy. Absolutely, you can really tell that Real Madrid are in town. I obviously don't have the official figures for now, but it seems to me that it's a full house. I'm surrounded by a sea, quite literally a sea of yellow. It really is quite a special atmosphere. So lots of excitement here, lots of excitement to see a fantastic game, and we'll see what happens.
Well, the ball has been won by Campagna in midfield. Molero onto Kirian. He's challenged by Tchouaméni, who is the man to provide steel in midfield, protecting the back four. Good intervention by Marmol, who shifted over to left back Terry. We were both a little intrigued to see the team sheet. Marmol very good at centre back, that's his strongest position, but he's been moved over to left back today. We wondered whether maybe there'd be a back five if Luis Carrion was planning something a little different, but it does seem to be that way. Marvin Park right back, as you mentioned, and Marmol there at left back.
It is, and slightly surprising that, you know, Alex Munoz is on the bench, so it's not an enforced change, it's one that's been chosen by the manager. He wants to make this change, but I thought Mika Marmol and Scott McKenna at the heart of his defence were forming a more than decent partnership.
Well, that's been disrupted for tonight with Alex Suarez moving inside from right back to play in the middle alongside McKenna. Now here's Vinny.
Okay, Mbappe. Okay.
To the edge of the area, he'll want to shoot. He goes for the calories. Maybe it just bounces away from him. And then the challenge coming in from Marvin Park, who does well. Sandro with a risky flick, and Vinny might make the most of it. Stretching, slices it, and that will see the end of the danger, but a first warning sign for Las Palmas. But Marvin Park will be happy. He made the challenge on Mbappe. That'll give him some early confidence in that key position at right back for Las Palmas.
Yep, a little flicker of the danger there from Mbappe. Opened up pretty quickly, didn't it? And I was surprised he elected to shoot as early. I thought he was going to have more touches and knock it past the defenders. He just snatched at the opportunity there slightly, but I'm sure there will be more to come.
Now here's McBurney turning to face up Rudiger. Good pass, Molero into the area, and he scored! It is Alberto Molero inside 5 minutes.
Kocak.
Fine finish into the far corner, and Las Palmas are in dreamland. Great initial work by McBurney, and then Molero. The 20-year-old classily
Kocak.
finish. What a start for Las Palmas. They lead Real Madrid.
Well, it's been a really tenacious start from the home team. More tenacious, more adventurous than I first thought he was going to be. And they're winning their tackles, they're winning the knockdown. They get the ball forward here, McBurney does well.
By Modric, it's Brahim. Deflection behind for a corner. Just quickly, Matt, you mentioned the Las Palmas bench jumping up in celebration. Much emotion from Carlo Ancelotti. All we could see was him chewing gum furiously.
I think he's just chewing his gum a little bit more furiously now, to be honest, with hands on hips, shake of the head, but not pretty muted, as you can imagine. I think he's a bit taken aback by that goal.
Corner then for Luka Modric, headed away by Sandro very powerfully at the near post. And Mendy will go back to Courtois. Molero closing him down with real intent as well, and Courtois just has to kick it away, and that's great work rate from Molero, who's obviously on a high. He's just scored against Real Madrid, but he's got to work hard as well as showing his ability with the ball.
Oh, exactly, and every single Las Palmas player is working hard at the moment, doing exactly that. Kylian Rodriguez in particular is the one that initiates the closing down up front alongside Oli McBurney. Molero is doing it. They've got another 80 odd minutes to keep continuing to this tempo and work rate, can they manage it?
Look at all this space for Jose Campaña, carrying it 30-40 yards without
Wait,
challenge.
kosong tuh kanan tuh.
He's a very cultured player, and he finds the pass to Marvin Park. Deflection away by Tchouaméni, and now Mendy. Mbappé with the turn. He's pulled back by Alex Suarez. The referee allows play to go on, and Fede Valverde inheriting that.
Bahaya cuy. Oh, no. Hampir guys. Las Palmas 3-1 Real Madrid. Robi Cahyadi, Anda fans Barca kayaknya nih ya. Yuk bisa yuk comeback yuk. Mbappe lah, hat-trick Mbappe. Bahaya cuy. Hampir. Marvin Park ini ya mantan pemain Real Madrid. Kok nge-lag ya streaming gua? Salah passing. Yuh. Pelanggaran mantap ini. Oh. Bahaya cuy. Kebiasaan emang nih, mantan pemain Madrid pasti jago kalau lawan Madrid. Ale Real Madrid, ale ale. Ale ale ale. Ale ale ale. Madrid ale ale. Yuk, bisa yuk. Ayo Mbappe. Shooting. Shooting. Shooting Mbappe. Masih bisa ditangkap ya cuy. Dah. Kagak ada yang pressing apa ya? Untung masih bisa di blok ya. Yuk, Vini yuk. Ah, segala kena lagi. Aduh. Aduh. Hampir cuy.
went back to him, but on that occasion, Tchouaméni roared and shouted at his teammates to get up the pitch, to get closer and try and win the ball back in the attacking third.
And they have moved back to the 4-3-3 that they started the game with. We saw that the shift to 4-4-2 midway through the first half, with Brahim going out to left midfield, but they're back in the more conventional formation that we'd expect. We'll see if there are any other tweaks as things go along. And here's Rudiger. We see the attendance confirmed, just under 32,000 in the Estadio de Gran Canaria, and that is capacity. Modric finding Fran Garcia. He slips. Maybe not quite used to the surface yet, as he finds his feet in the game, literally. Kylian for McBurney. Well, simple passing through midfield for Las Palmas before McBurney tries something a little more complicated, and he has to race back to make the challenge on Vinny Jr.
And he should pick up a yellow card for this. He gave the ball away. There's only one thought in his mind: I've made the mistake. Let's stop Vinicius before he gets up the attacking half of the pitch, and I'm to blame for conceding the goal. So he should have been booked there on McBurney. I think first time he's given the ball away cheaply.
I think Vinny agreed with that assessment. He was expressing his frustration at the lack of a card. Here's Lucas Vázquez. Rodrigo for Mbappé. Somehow able to find Lucas Vázquez, possibly offside, but play allowed to go on for now, and Las Palmas comfortably clear their lines with Molero. Nicely inside for Kylian. Las Palmas just still, as they were in the first half, quicker to everything. Doesn't quite run for Molero, but they're sharper, they're more intense.
Yeah, and you know, we talk about an underdog performance in terms of spirit, determination, tenacity, and how hard they are working. But they've got quality on the ball. Their passing has been good. It's been tidier than Real Madrid's. They've shown remarkable composure and confidence for a team that haven't won a game this season and didn't win for 14 last season, with some of these going through that whole experience. So I'm really amazed and surprised at how well they have played so far in this match.
Another misplaced pass from Luka Modric. And Munoz. And fine Campagna. Kylian, McBurney. Well, it's the home team stroking it around with great confidence at the moment. Exhibiting just what you talked about, Terry, that they're good on the ball and they're playing with a sense of purpose as well, as not just about defending.
No, they're able to play around Real Madrid. Campagna there just stops because he knows that Vinicius has fouled him and pulled his shirt. The referee shows being lenient towards some of the...
I was going to ask you, he may be fortunate not to get a yellow as well there. Here's Modric. Does just reach Vinny this time. Rodrigo in the middle. Vinny wants to take it on himself, and it's on target, but close enough to Silerson that he can just grab it gratefully. And maybe that will spark Vinny Jr. into life. He's been exceptionally quiet so far, but showing his fast feet there.
Yep, quick feet, decent attempt at goal. When I talk about underdog performances, you need your goalkeeper to have a blinder, and so far Silerson is doing exactly that. And Mbappé there was inquiring after the event there that maybe Vinicius could have squared it.
There's another good layoff by McBurney, and the run from Sandro, but the pass too far ahead of him. Opened up nicely by Militao for Modric. That's a good ball for Mbappé. Vinny in the middle. Mbappé wants to shoot, has it blocked behind for a corner, but signs from Real Madrid. Vinny Jr. Mbappé having shots in the last 30 seconds.
Of course there's going to be signs when you have two of the best players in the world in the attacking trio. But it is very one-dimensional at the moment. It's head down, beat players and shoot. And that's Vinicius, that's Mbappe. We haven't seen the combination play yet develop between the two of them.
There's a tangle at the far post between Marmol and Mbappe. Just trying to break free of the defenders' attentions. The referee watching them closely. The little shove there by Mbappe. Marmol's got his left arm around him again. Keep watching those two as it comes into the middle. Good header by McBurney away. Fran Garcia takes on a 40-yard shot.
Yeah, Vinicius just irritated the crowd because he went across afterwards, and while the Las Palmas player was on the floor, I'm not sure who it was, Vinicius really got stuck into him and let him know what he thought. Sticking up for his mate Mbappe. Mbappe can fight his own battles, to be honest.
I think he can look after himself,
yes.
but Vinny is, you know, a spiky character.
He can be provocative, and he was just flirting with a bit of trouble there with the referee.
Here's Marmol. Back for Campagna. Munoz. Marmol again. Kylian Rodriguez. Campagna has Marvin Park in space on the right-hand side.
That's too much time for Campagna, isn't it? He's strolling about in midfield.
Here's a good cross that Courtois has to punch away before it reaches McBurney. Arrow delivery there from Marvin Park. Good job for Real Madrid that Courtois was alert. Here's Fede Valverde, a little bit of space ahead of him. Looks for Mbappe, but McKenna is there and deals with it calmly. Eder Militao can find Rodrigo. Haven't seen much of him since he came on, but he'll try to change that now as he jinks into the area. He opens up for a shot. The defence just stood off him, but again it was too close to Sillison.
Yeah, it was a rather tame finish in the end. I mean, there's not an awful lot of power in the attempt, but promising from Rodrigo, cutting in from that side of the pitch onto his left foot. There we see Courtois at full length, at the risk with the collision with his teammate Militao.
Two players who missed nearly all of last season, of course, through long-term injury. Great to have them back. And Malero with a lovely flick for Kylian. McBurney making a run. Can he get there? It's Sandro, and he sends it over the bar. It was a wonderful pass played through. He just beat the offside trap. Sandro then rounding Courtois, and Terry, you said it earlier, he said he's best when he's instinctive, and maybe here he had too much time to think.
But what wonderful play from Las Palmas, combination play, which we haven't seen enough of from Real Madrid. And then that final passing behind, the touch was excellent, and then he just had a split second to think about the type of finish he was going to apply.
Which probably wasn't that one.
It wasn't that one, and the technique was wrong.
Mbappe fires it in. It's going to be Vinny on the rebound. Well, now they're starting to look dangerous. It's isolated play rather than collective, but their undoubted talent is starting to come through. A fierce shot from Mbappe. Vinny not far wide with the header on the rebound.
Yeah, difficult one for Vinicius to generate the power to beat Citizen, even if on target. But Mbappe there just dropped deeper and got the ball to feet and was able to turn and get away from the attention of the two centre-backs, Suarez and Scott McKenna, and also Campagna. He's doing a fine job blocking off those passing lanes into Kylian Mbappe. He's looking over his shoulder even when his team haven't got possession of the ball, and he's looking around and making sure there's no clear route through to Mbappe. So Mbappe was forced on that occasion to drop even deeper, get the ball turned. He will be a threat from in that position.
Here's Fran Garcia, given space to run forward. There is more space starting to open up for Real Madrid. Maybe a bit of fatigue setting in now for Las Palmas, who've worked so hard. Rodrigo. Forced back by Malero. Keeps it to find Mbappe. The clever flick for Fede Valverde. Mbappe Wants to get it onto his right foot. The pass is too heavy for Lucas Vázquez, but they're starting to find holes. And Matt's pitch side for us. We've talked about the energy levels of Las Palmas throughout this game. It's looking like maybe it's time for fresh legs. Is there any movement on the bench?
Plenty of movement, Andy. I think there are about 5 players warming up currently. It's not clear if any of them are going to come on yet, but I can see at least 4 or 5 players warming up. Also, in terms of Real Madrid, Arda Güler is warming up just in front of me, so perhaps 10-15 minutes we might see him as well.
Molero losing out, but the loose ball falls to Campagna, who again shows his wonderful passing with the ball out to Marmol, and Molero carries it on now. Back for Munoz, who's had a very steady game in midfield. Marvin to Sandro, who barrels his way past Fran Garcia, gets the cross in, and it's awkward for Courtois, who just seemed to fumble it initially, but then quickly picks up the loose ball. That was again Terry Sandro at his best, just run and then cross.
He's got talent, I mean, there is no doubt, and he's got attributes which make life difficult for a defender. Gets out of his feet. When he's confident, he can be a real threat. His finishing at times isn't the best, but he's 2 goals already this season.
Mbappe has it deflected as he tries to flick it on for Vinny Junior. It's Tramini. Lovely ball. Space for Lucas Vázquez. What's the cross like? It's blocked at the near post by Marmol. Vázquez retrieves. Would you be starting to get worried, Terry, if you were Luis Carrion? Would you be reaching towards the bench?
I wouldn't be worried. I'd want the clock the next 30 minutes to go as quickly as possible, but I don't think there's an awful lot to be worried about at the moment. His team, a manager can't ask for any more than this from a team that haven't won a game for so long. They're playing against the superstars of Real Madrid. He'd be delighted with the team's performance. He'd be hoping for at least a draw at the very least out of this game, but maybe in terms of being worried is probably the wrong term of phrase, but maybe he has to be cautious. Freshen up the midfield maybe to make sure you retain that tempo, because
that energy.
Yeah, and also I'm seeing Las Palmas, when they have got possession, Real Madrid are still not working hard enough to win the ball back, so it's far too easy for Kirian Rodriguez and Campagna and Javi Munoz in midfield to keep the ball.
Fran Garcia can win a corner as it deflects off Marvin Park. We are close to the hour mark now. Las Palmas holding a lead that has been theirs since the 4th minute, when Ollie McBurney helped it on to Alberto Molero, who finished brilliantly. Now here's Modric with the corner, and it's Tchouaméni who must have thought he'd equalised when he saw the ball dropping towards him. Looked pretty unmarked, 6 yards out. All he could do was head it down and over.
Well, to me it looks like he sees it all the way through, but there's an element of surprise that actually when it does reach him, it's got all the way through. So he's not set up there to really head the ball in the correct manner. He tries to head it down, his eyes are closed, it's almost like it's going to hit him in the face.
And the first change for the home team now, Matt.
That's right, I think Carrion has heard you both, Andy, Terry. It looks like it's going to be Ramirez coming on. Benito Ramirez coming off. Is it? I can't exactly see too well.
Coming on, yeah.
I think it's Ramiro. It's Ramiro, isn't it? It's coming on.
Yeah, Benito is on, and Molero, the goal scorer, is off, and his name was shouted loud and proud by the home fans who know they've got a rising star on their hands, and he showed it tonight.
Exactly, and that's the right call. I think Benito Ramirez is a player that's different to Molero. He's a bit more pacey, a bit stronger.
More direct,
which is just what you need in terms of the situation. You need 30 minutes to go, and you need those energy levels to be maintained. He won't be the last substitution. I saw Jose Campagna, but I think it's his first start of the season.
First appearance of any type.
31, he had his hands on his knees after a couple of minutes ago after a previous run. He didn't look like, with 60 minutes in, he didn't look like he had another 30 minutes in him, so that might have to be a change. as well.
Yeah, an obvious one there would be Enzo Loadice, the French midfielder. Could be a straight swap in there for Campagna if he has run out of energy. But it's going to be a young star of Real Madrid who joins us next, Arda Güler. First here's Sandro. High hanging cross, McBurney nods it down. Benito Ramirez able to find Kirian, and the shot lacks power. Easy for Courtois.
It's amazing, isn't it? How much of a problem has McBurney been? We're talking Sheffield United, Barnsley, Swansea, a bit of an icon at all those clubs because of his cult status. He's playing against Militao and Rudiger, and he's roughing them up. He's winning the headers. They're really unnerved by playing against a traditional centre forward who's prepared to be aggressive. I'm really surprised at the impact he's having on the game against those two centre backs.
Now here's Rodrigo. Tchouaméni. Fran Garcia into Modric, and you wonder whether Modric would be the one to make way for Güler.
I can't imagine it's definitely not going to be Rodrigo. Can't imagine it's going to be Mbappe or Vinicius when you're 1-0 down, so I guess it's going to be one of the midfielders and a change of system.
And it hasn't been a great game for Luka Modric. Passing has been astray at times, and we have that confirmed. It's Modric off. Hands over the armband to Lucas Vázquez. And a very generous reaction, Matt, from the Las Palmas fans towards Luka Modric. Not just from the travelling supporters, the home fans as well.
Absolutely, most of the stadium on their feet applauding the iconic Real Madrid player. As we've seen, it's something that we've become accustomed to seeing over the course of the past season and a half.
Yeah, that's the respect that Luka Modric has earned from fans across Spain. As Vinny here goes down, referee not interested. Alex Suarez did well, finds Sandro. He and Munoz do well as well. Vinny has stayed down and appears to have his spirit hurt more than his body. Didn't seem to be much in that, Terry.
No, I mean, it possibly could have been a foul, a bit of a shove, but Vinicius, it's difficult to analyse and say where he's hurt if he's not hurt, but he suddenly recovers quickly.
Springs back to life and he's on the ball. The passing towards Mbappe. Oh dear, and that's a heavy one for Sandro. Took the clearance full in his face, and rightly the game is stopped to check whether he is concussed, which you'd imagine he would be after this. Blasted away straight into his face. And let's hope there's no lasting damage for Sandro there.
No, I mean, it's yeah, it's well played to the referee, well played to Sandro as well. He's got up, he seems to be annoyed that his teammate has smashed the ball straight at him from that close range.
Yeah, it was a bit of a miscue from Suarez, wasn't it? Just getting the ball away anywhere will do, but not really on my teammate's head. Here's Güler, first chance for him to get involved. He finds Vázquez. 20 minutes into the second half, still Las Palmas leading. Real Madrid have had chances in the second half, but half chances really. We've seen flashes from Vinicius and Mbappe, but it's still not very cohesive. Here's Tchouaméni, Vinny, Rodrigo. Lucas Vázquez outside him. It's dummied by Mbappe for Rodrigo. Vázquez. Mbappe just about staying on side, cuts it back, but cut out by Kirian and then hooked away by Munoz. They're probing and they're pushing, but it all feels a little bit forced from Real Madrid. There's no flow really.
But they're getting panicky now because I mean they need 2 goals. I mean,
a draw would be a bad result for them.
A draw would still be a bad result for Real Madrid away to Las Palmas. Bearing in mind Barcelona won their first 3 games. Bearing in mind Real Madrid have already drawn at Mallorca. So you kind of, I look at this game now, yes, most teams draw if you're 1 goal behind. Real Madrid probably do feel that they have to win this game, so they're going all out. We're going to have a sustained period of pressure now from Real Madrid. Las Palmas are not getting out very often now, so that's where I think Luis Carrion has to make the changes, try and break the game up. It's all Real Madrid at the moment, but Las Palmas are standing firm.
Mbappe with another pot shot that was blocked, and now it's Tchouaméni looking for Lucas Vázquez into the 6-yard box. Vinny miscues. There's a handball appeal, and the referee points to the spot after the initial shot from Vinny was diverted goalwards. I think it was Alex Suarez, and this is the route back into the game for the champions. A penalty.
Yep, they're just getting the ball in the box, getting players into the box, causing some chaos. Lucas Vázquez does well. Great first touch getaway from Mika Marmol. Vinicius should do better. There is an element of good fortune here. Arda with the touch, but as Alex Suarez goes down, his left arm is out. It's outstretched. They probably feel they've got away with it, Las Palmas, when Vinicius makes a mess of the finish. He goes out to confront Arda. His touch isn't brilliant, but it just kicks up, it flicks up, and there's no doubt it strikes the arm. I thought it immediately. I just wondered how close he was to the ball, how close his arm was to his body, but it was clear that it was a penalty.
And it will be Vinny himself who will take the free kick, the penalty kick, excuse me, looking for his first goal of the season. Vinny Junior, can he get Real Madrid back on track? He's only ever attempted one penalty in La Liga. He scored it. He's up against Jasper Cillessen, and he scores again. And it was a really good finish from Vinny Junior. Cillessen went the right way, full stretch dive, but there was just enough height on the finish to lift it above him, and they are back on level terms.
Yeah, it all starts with Lucas Vázquez, and we've seen Dani Carvajal warming up there. I thought that was an obvious change for Ancelotti to make as well at some stage, to bring on the better quality with that of Dani Carvajal, but it's Lucas Vázquez who causes all that. And Vinicius takes the penalty. I wondered if it was going to be Mbappe, because we know Mbappe takes decent penalties, but Vinicius demands it, steps up. Cillessen guesses correctly, goes the right way, but it's the height and the power from Vinicius that makes it impossible for Jasper Cillessen to save. So I talked about Real Madrid leading two. They've got one. 20-odd minutes before the final whistle. Can Las Palmas hold on?
And Matt, pitch side, were there many complaints from the Las Palmas bench about the penalty? We'll come back to that, because here is Kirian looking for McBurney. In steps Tchouaméni, and just wonder whether maybe Kirian was a bit too generous.
Should have shot himself. He played it to a player who was a bit heavily marked by both centre-halves.
Benito Ramirez, though, winning the free kick as he's pulled back by Lucas. So we will go to Matt and see whether there were complaints from Las Palmas, the coach and substitutes.
Absolutely, I think the referee got a little bit of an earful from the bench, from the manager. They clearly weren't too happy with the decision. In terms of Real Madrid, fairly muted celebrations. I think the feeling is that they're, really not very happy with the performance so far. And
they know that they need, like you've said, Terry, another one. And you saw that from Vinicius' reaction, just running straight after his own penalty to retrieve the ball and get on with the game. But it is Las Palmas who can attack now. Campagna can deliver a very good dead ball. They have 4 players in the box, a couple more on the edge. It's a decent delivery that's punched away by Courtois as far as Munoz. McBurney rising, it might fall for Marmol, and Courtois has to squeeze it behind for a corner. Don't think it was going in from Marmol, but Courtois wasn't going to take risks, didn't know what was behind him.
Well, this isn't what I thought was going to happen after Real Madrid equalised. For suddenly Las Palmas to spring into action, to be better offensively. And since conceding the equaliser, they've had 2 good attacks.
Trying to regain their lead. There's Campagna again over the dead ball, this time a corner. Look at the crowd of players in the 6-yard box. Dealt with well by Courtois, I think it was, leaping above the crowd and punching away. He's a keen basketball fan is Courtois, and he looked like a centre getting the defensive rebound there.
Everybody else there, didn't they?
Might have work to do here as well, as Ramirez sends in the cross, and it's awkwardly sliced away by Rudiger, and it is all Las Palmas.
It's astonishing. I thought Las Palmas were going to be on the back foot, on the ropes, so to say, but they're not. They've come out fighting again and trying to get themselves back in front. Campagna was out on his legs 10 minutes ago.
Here he is out on the wing again, taking another corner.
To the bench, I'm done, I've had enough, I can't run anymore. But no, it's clearly a signal for the set piece.
Again, about 12 players in the 6-yard box, and he whips it deep. Courtois gathers another rebound.
That's poor, the poor corner.
And it's a good roll out, and it's a surging run from Fede Valverde. Look at him go. And it's Vinny. And that's a poor finish to a promising counter. But that's what Real Madrid can do on the break now with the players they have.
Any attacking set piece against Real Madrid, you have to bear in mind, if you shove it into Courtois' hands, it's a poor delivery, but it also causes you massive problems. It's a must. You must not hit that into Courtois' hands. And then Vinicius on the counter attack. Again, no other thought in his mind. Head down, running with the ball, shot on goal. And again, there were one or two other Real Madrid players looking around as gesticulating to him that there were other options on there.
Still only one change made by Las Palmas boss Luis Carrion. Are you surprised by that? More than 70 minutes in, yeah.
Yep, I thought about 65-minute mark. I thought that was the time to freshen things up. He did just the one change so far. Possibly isn't enough, but showing faith in the players that started the game and have done so well.
Militao getting the challenge on McBurney there, who felt that a free kick should have been awarded, but it wasn't. And here goes Vinny Jr. on the run again. Mbappe loitering back this time, and Vinny misses him out to look for Lucas Vázquez. And really, you've got to say, other than the penalty successfully converted, it's been a pretty awful performance from Vinny.
Frustrated night for him. I think I talked about them being one-dimensional in terms of when he's running towards goal. He tries a pass there, but it's very much beat a player, have a shot.
Interesting.
Mbappe.
When he had Mbappe right next to him, and he said, no, I'm not going to pass to you. I'm going to send it over to the right, misplaced it. Even the penalty, he was fortunate to win it with a miss-hit shot. Lofted forward, and McBurney will give chase. Rudiger almost misses out, loses out to Benito. But play going on. We see Dani Carvajal getting ready to come on. Luis Carrion was shown a yellow card there, the Las Palmas coach, obviously complaining about something. There's Vinny now, once more in the area. Fran Garcia crosses too deep for Rodrigo. Benito sends it away. Can you shed any light, Matt, on the yellow card for Luis Carrion?
I'm not entirely sure, if I'm honest, Andy. I think it might.
Here's Lucas Vázquez.
Could it have been?
Sorry to jump in, but no, we'll find out after the game. The complaints from the Las Palmas boss, and now we get another free kick, and they're starting to look tired, aren't they?
Yeah, I can understand how they're irritated by this. I think the referee was going to allow the play to continue. There's much of a foul there from Kirian Rodriguez, but we do see the expected change. Dani Carvajal for Lucas Vázquez. Always does a great job, Lucas Vázquez, but there's no doubt Dani Carvajal is better, an upgrade.
Vázquez did play his part again today, though, by contributing towards the penalty. His run in behind that eventually led to the handball.
Exactly, a wonderful career that he's had, and having at Real Madrid by knowing his place in the squad and never letting the team down when he's given the opportunity.
Arda Güler's delivery, and Vinny can stab it goalwards, but not quite with enough power. Went with his foot, wondered whether he might have stooped for the header.
Yes, it is. It's just out of reach for the header. I think he's got no other choice but to leap acrobatically and try to get something on it. It actually comes off Marvin Park, doesn't it, in the end? Vinicius doesn't make contact.
Nice ball in though by Arda Güler. Taking a bit of a chance here until Cillessen decides to get rid. Good header down again by McBurney. But they're struggling more and more to keep the ball, and here is Güler. Works it over to Rodrigo, who's popped up on the left. Reverse pass looking for Fran Garcia, who has it blocked. Looks like... Is he giving a goal kick? Fran Garcia
I'm not sure Las Palmas players are appealing for a foul and a card. I mean, Fran Garcia attempts to play the ball, doesn't he? Campagna gets there first. It's the follow-through from Fran Garcia, as the motion of crossing the ball across the 6-yard box. It's a foul, it's a free kick, nothing more than that.
And now two changes. We expected them to come, and the first is up front with McBurney, replaced by Jaime Mata. And also we see the introduction of Viti Rozada, a new signing from Oviedo, following his former coach Luis Carrion over to Las Palmas. He stayed on. Campagna has still got enough energy. Well, no, he hasn't.
He's been doing that for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, but
he's like, hey, why aren't I getting an arrest?
Calf, cramp. Take your pick.
So Viti onto the right wing. Mata, a veteran campaigner, will go through the middle. Good hard-working performances from both Sandro and McBurney.
Oh, McBurney is... I'm surprised how much effect he had on Militao and Rudiger, just by being aggressive, wanting to pin them. He's unsettled them. Even when they've won head, he's won knockdowns. He's made them when he's pinned them. The balls that they've knocked down have been into positions where the Las Palmas players can pick them up. They've very rarely won a clean header. They let the ball bounce when they don't normally. He has really unsettled both of them.
Is Güler, finds Carvajal. Rodrigo. Vinny and Mbappe both made exactly the same run towards the ball there, when Rodrigo was looking to move inside. Synchronicity not quite there between them at the moment, which is understandable. Still very early in their time together. Here's Fran Garcia.
There's no system now. I'm looking at the system for Real Madrid. At that time you had Tchouameni, Güler, Vinicius, Mbappe and Rodrigo all in the centre forward position.
Here's Mbappe cutting in from the right, and a really poor shot at the end of it. And now Campagna has just sat down and said, right, enough is enough. Take me off. Yeah. I've been asking for 20 minutes.
Rodrigo.
And I think he's about to get his wish granted, and it looks like Enzo Lodis is coming on in replace of Campagna.
Yeah, that would be the logical one. But so good to see him back in La Liga. Campagna was a really wonderful player for Levante in particular during his 7-year spell there. In the end, injuries stopped him from playing for a couple of seasons, and now he's back on track. But Manu Fuster also coming on, so a double change in midfield. And now, having made just one substitution, Luis Carrion in the space of 5 minutes has made 4 more and completed his set for the night. Güler trying to turn it goalwards, but it's cleared away. But back for him to try again. Alex Suarez this time can send it away. Manu Fuster, another summer arrival with Las Palmas, who was last season in the second tier, playing with Albacete. He's back into the fray. Now in the top flight and against Real Madrid, trying to help his team towards a point in the final stages. That's beyond Rodrigo, despite his gallant efforts to keep it in.
He keeps it in. That doesn't go out, does it?
That was a brilliant effort,
yeah.
And maybe the linesman didn't quite get it right. Danny Carvajal with the header down. That falls kindly for Mata. There's a little bit more intensity off the ball from Real Madrid, and with Arda Güler in midfield snapping away, and obviously the need for a winning goal.
Yeah, it's clearly. I mean, that's clearly why there's more urgency. Time's running out. They have got themselves back on level terms with the penalty, and now they desperately need all 3 points. Hence, you're seeing they're acting quicker, they're getting the ball back in play quicker. The obvious urgency you would expect when they're trying to win the game.
There is one more substitution available for Carlo Ancelotti, and what a bold move it would be with his team needing a win if he took off Vini Jr. or Mbappe and brought on Endrick.
Endrick showed his worth last week, didn't he? It's
great goal against Valladolid.
He should be on. He's the one obvious centre forward that Real Madrid have, isn't it? The early signs are that he's going to be an incredible footballer, an incredible striker, and he is the one out of all the attacking players they have that's only ever played in that centre forward role.
Here's Fede Valverde driving again. Fran Garcia.
Arda Güler is playing in there as well now. It's just a sea of bodies in that centre forward position.
But none of them are really centre forwards.
No, and Rodrigo has drifted out to the right flank. And I thought he was going to be one of those in the middle, but it's appeared now it's Arda Güler and Rodrigo playing down the right. But when the ball goes central and it's going to be delivered into the box, the movement is too static. There isn't enough movement from the Real Madrid players.
Look at Mbappe now, how far he has dropped to join in the build-up play. Now he makes his way into the box as Carvajal and Rodrigo bring it down the right. Tchouaméni looks for Güler, but it was very hopeful. Fuster. And on by Loadice, but Las Palmas desperately struggling to keep the ball now. He's just about trying to hold on to a point as Vini sends the ball in, away by Alex Suarez.
Yeah, Jaime Mata has a massive job to do. He can't come on and just jog around up front.
Well, here is the change we were speculating about. Endrick will be coming on. Now the question is, will it be Mbappe or Vinicius, or someone else, Tchouaméni or Valverde? Will he really go for it? Mbappe turning, riding a challenge, driving inside and into the side netting. McKenna was just risking a little. I think I heard you whisper penalty.
Shouted penalty. I mean, the referee allows the play to continue. We can't see from that angle that he might just let go on 3 of the occasions he pulled the shirt quick enough. That was my obvious one, where he nearly ripped the shirt off his back, but Mbappe has the strength, determination to continue on. The referee probably ignores the claim then, and so does VAR.
And so Matt Endrick is on, and it is Vini Jr. who's taken off.
It is Vinicius Jr. making way for Endrick, walking down back towards
and here is Endrick straight away with a chance, but off balance. He hits it over the crossbar. Sorry to jump in, Matt, but very nearly a dramatic entry for Endrick and a noisy exit for Vini.
Indeed, a very noisy exit for Vini. Doesn't look too happy. A few shakes of the head. Clearly not too impressed with his own performance.
But Endrick may be showing there, although it was a poor finish.
It was a poor finish, but
what they've been missing positionally.
Sharp, playing on the shoulder of the defender, should do better on the finish. He knows that. He just rushed the finish, didn't he? Literally seconds after coming on.
Muttering away, Vinny Jr. takes his place on the bench, showing solidarity with his teammates with the fist bumps. And it'll be Mbappe operating on the left of the front three now, with Endrick through the middle and Rodrigo on the right, with just 3 minutes of normal time remaining.
It did look untidy with too many players playing in the centre forward position. They weren't able to get the ball, they weren't able to construct any decent attacks. It was just hitting it towards the final third and hoping for the best. That's a scandalous challenge.
Very poor from Eder Militao, and no question at all.
Slipped, isn't he? I think he's pointing at the pitch, saying that he slipped as he lunged in.
Clear foul on Manu Fuster, and clear yellow card as well. And a nice respite for Las Palmas, that they can just take a bit of time out of the game.
He actually does slip, in fairness to him, doesn't he? Almost injured himself in the process there. His right foot slips, almost does the splits. His left foot comes out. He does catch the Las Palmas player there, Manu Fuster.
So, free kick, clipped in by Fuster, headed down by Mata, and it's going to fall for the finish. But it's been ruled out, has it? Offside is the decision. It was a thumping finish in the end, but yeah, Mata, is he just beyond the arm of Toni Kroos?
You're always looking then to see which player is he involved in the build-up. Is he a reason for the defenders not being able to clear the ball? Jaime Mata appeared to be offside as the set piece was taken. Didn't need to be. And when the ball goes towards him and he's the player that tries to influence the play, it has to be an offside. The Las Palmas bench don't agree with me.
Well, it will be checked, of course. Semi-automated offside checks now, which speed up the process, and they agreed with the initial call that Mata just gone beyond the line. What a shame for Las Palmas. And here's Mbappe finding Fran Garcia. Back to Mbappe. Crossfield for Carvajal. A minute of normal time to play. Valverde for Tchouaméni. Fran Garcia. Decent ball in. Good header away by McKenna. Helped on by Vitti to Mata. And they'll look to come forward again. Munoz for Mata. Fuster. Fede Valverde somehow still full of running.
Yeah, he will be. I mean, it doesn't ever stop.
No, I don't think we'll have too much added time, Terry. We've had substitutions, obviously, but no lengthy stoppages. There was the quick check of the handball and the penalty, but I don't think we're going to have 8 or 9 minutes as we sometimes see.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You can always, there's always room for surprise.
Yeah, but with the substitutions. Oh.
Courtois comes out. 5. So still a decent amount of time for Real Madrid, or maybe even Las Palmas, to try and find a winner. Carvajal. And now Militao, having just been booked a couple of minutes ago, maybe risking another one, as he goes on the back of Jaime Mata. Man, that's not far away from a yellow, is it?
No, again, but I think the referee's been lenient on a number of infringements this evening. I think maybe that's the reason Mondi was replaced at half-time. He got booked in the first half.
So the Las Palmas
How ambitious are Las Palmas going to be in the added-on time? Are they going to go all out for the win?
I suspect no.
Will they be delighted with a point? I don't know. I mean, I still think that's what perhaps you'd expect them to be doing, but they're still committing players into attacking positions. I think it was quite clear and a good call for the assistant referee immediately. It was a wonderful finish.
But it counted for nothing.
Yep.
And here is Mbappe touching it down for Rodrigo. Endrick, Goulet, Carvajal in the middle. Mbappe sends the cross towards Carvajal, who heads it down harmlessly to Silerson. And a scare survived. So Mbappe's wait for a first goal in La Liga continuing. 3 games now, assuming he doesn't get one in the next 3 minutes. They'll be 4 points behind Barcelona. How worried would you be if you're Carlo Ancelotti at this stage?
I'd be concerned with the fact that Barcelona have won. There's another round of games to go before the international break. I always think with the state of play, with the big clubs, with the big players, where they're drifting back in at different stages of the pre-season, that if you can get through the first block of games without any disasters, then you'll be more than happy with that. Barcelona on the verge of doing that. They've won their first 3. Real Madrid have had problems with Mallorca.
Goulet, Endrick, with a header off target from the teenager.
Joining away from home against Mallorca, they struggled but got the job done in the end against Ciudad in the second half and run away 3-0 winners. If they don't take all 3 points in this game tonight, then it's not a massive problem. It's not one that they can't deal with and they can't close the gap on Barcelona, but it's not the start that Ancelotti would have liked. 2 draws away from home in the first 2 games against teams they should be beating. We expect them to beat Mallorca and Las Palmas.
Poor performances as well.
Poor performances. There's no cohesion amongst the attacking players yet. So it's an issue. It's not a massive crisis.
Yeah, it was a question.
Big concerns from Ancelotti. He doesn't care about anyone else either. He won't be caring about the media and the influences from outside.
Or how many points Barcelona have got.
Exactly. He'd just be dealing with it in his own way, and he'd be desperate to get the win again at the weekend when they play.
Real Betis at home on Sunday night. So far from easy game.
Exactly.
Betis in European action tonight. 90 seconds for Real Madrid to try to find a winner. It's not been their night at all, but they will keep persisting until the end. They always do. And here's